DMK chief M. Karunanidhi has made a big declaration sorting out all speculation. Talking at the joining of the PMK cadres at the party, Karunanidhi said, "Till my last breath, I will take care of party work. For the question is, who is after me? Stalin is sitting here as an answer." That's the response that Karunanidhi had when he was asked about the succession, which has been the subject of a lot of speculation since at least the middle of last year. The needle has tilted towards MK Stalin, but there has always been speculation about who really will succeed Muthuvel Karunanidhi as chief of the DMK. Would it be MK Stalin or would it be MK Aragiri, his other son? And remember, Kanimori is also there as a potential political heir. But today it appears that Karunanidhi, the wily politician from the south, has sorted out and laid to rest all speculation by explicitly declaring MK Stalin his political successor as in charge of the party after his death. Let's quickly get in Priyamvada, our Chennai bureau chief, for a perspective on this. Priyamvada, just start by telling us exactly what Karunanidhi said and give us a background on why this is so important right now.
Well, at this point of time, just 1 year left for the 2014 elections. Obviously, Karunanidhi had announced few days back that there will be a district secretaries meeting in which they will strategize the plan for the coming elections. And just 2 days before that, at a meeting in which the PMK cadres are joining the party, he had made this crucial announcement. He started off saying that till my last breath, I will continue to work for this party. I will continue to take care. I will continue to hold the mantle of the party. But obviously, there are questions amongst you, like who is going to take over from me? Who is going to be the next? And the answer is in the form of Stalin, who is sitting next to me. This is a very crucial announcement.
Yes.
At a time, it's obviously to motivate the cadres, wherein in DMK, most of the party workers are at this point of time leaning towards Stalin. So obviously to motivate them to work for the 2014 election, it could also, I would say, be acid test for Stalin to prove that he will be the successor of Karunanidhi, if at all he is able to manage to bring the party together and ensure proper getting enough number of seats for the party in the 2014 elections. Definitely, one can assume that the crown will go to Stalin. But also the groundwork for this has been happening for quite some time.
Yes.
In the last 6 months to 8 months, Stalin has been regularly visiting Madurai, which is seen as Alighieri's bastion. He's been conducting district-level meetings and talking to youth DMK wing leaders and also other local leaders in the southern part of Tamil Nadu, which is otherwise seen as the areas under the control of Alighieri. So, but slowly but steadily, we do see that Stalin has been consolidating the party support to his favor. And Karunanidhi has now made this announcement. Definitely, it would be a boost for the cadres to work for the 2014 election. But Sunday meeting is going to be all the more crucial.
Yes.
In which we have to wait and see how by then we will know what's going to be Alighieri's reaction. And also in Sunday's meeting, that will be a direct interaction with all the senior party leaders, district level secretaries, in which Karunanidhi might give out some more instructions about Stalin being in charge for the coming 2014 election.
Priyamvada, also, considering that Aragiri also has a following within the DMK, how is a decision like this likely to go down? Isn't there likely to be a backlash or some level of conflict as well?
We have seen this backlash happening at many times. Few years back also we saw when Tamil newspapers carried the survey suggesting Stalin as the next chief minister. And also other occasions we have seen Alighieri who stopped talking to his father. This has been happening for quite some time. But this is the time for Karunanidhi to motivate his cadres. He has analyzed and assessed the situation within the party. He needs to give a boost for them. And that can happen only if he makes this kind of an announcement. Definitely, Alighieri is not going to be quiet. But at the same time, as I told you, Stalin has also done his groundwork. He has started consolidating support in Madurai and other regions
Yes.
which is supposed to be under control of Alighieri. So that has also happened on one side. So obviously, Karunanidhi knows beyond the point, Alighieri cannot make much noise. But also we should remember the point, Karunanidhi has made it very clear. Till his last breath, he is going to continue to work for the party, which means till he is alive, Karunanidhi is going to be holding he's going to be under control of the entire party. Only after his death, he's given out some indication that Stalin will take over. So till he's alive, he will be in a position to keep his house in order.
That's a good point. He's made that very clear as well. Until his death, he will be in charge of the party. Karunanidhi, let's remind you, is 89 years old. Let's get a word in from political analyst from Chennai, Jnani Shankaran, who's with us. Sir, what do you make of this announcement?
It is quite natural for him to do this and also much expected. And I don't find anything unusual in this. He has timed it in a way that he can take the steam out of Jayalalitha's announcement that she wants to go it alone in the Lok Sabha polls. So he's clearly diverting the whole attention towards DMK, and it is meant for the cadres basically. He's trying to kind of create some moral spirit for his cadres, saying everything is fine with the party, and so we should get prepared to fight the polls. So it is more for the cadres, because within the party it was well settled already that Stalin would be his successor. See, people forget that he named only Stalin as the deputy chief minister when he was chief minister last time.
Mr. Shankaran, where does this leave Aragiri and Kanimozhi then?
See, Kanimozhi never aspired to become a minister or to become a successor to Karunanidhi within the party.
Yes.
She played always a secondary role, and she was happy with her own turf. And the spectrum case was even affected whatever little dent she could earlier make. So she has to get out of that to again recoup herself. So that will may take some more time. But she never had ambitions to replace Stalin. I don't think she had ambitions. She was only looking for her own small space. And she did not have an ambition like Aragiri.
And what about Aragiri? What about Aragiri, sir?
Only because his mother gave him a lot of support, emotional support.
Yes.
Within the party, Stalin always enjoyed the support. And you have to remember that the party split with Vaiko only when Karunanidhi promoted Stalin.
Yes.
Vaiko went out of the party only when Karunanidhi promoted Stalin. So throughout it was well settled in the party long ago that Stalin would be the successor.
Jnani Shankaran, thanks for joining us here on Headlines today. It was an expected decision, but that it has just been made explicit right now by the DMK chief, Karunanidhi, the patriarch, who's been at the helm of the party for decades and the founder of the party itself. And he now says that he will be succeeded as far as party affairs are concerned after his death by the man you see on his right in those pictures, MK Stalin, his son, not MK Aragiri, his other son. MK Stalin has been deputy chief minister. He's also been the mayor of Chennai, and he will now take over as the successor to M. Karunanidhi. Well, not now, but after Karunanidhi's death, whenever that is. Priyambada, Chennai bureau chief, is with us on the phone line. It's still very early minutes yet, Priyambada, but what reactions are you likely to get from the DMK, from those who've supported the others as well?
Over Karunanidhi, so there wouldn't be much resentment on that part. Of course, we will have Alagiri, who might, for all we know, definitely immediately communicate to his father. That is what my sources are telling. So far, at least Karunanidhi hasn't received the call from his elder son. But then we will know on occasions like this. Earlier, we have witnessed how Alagiri would immediately call his father, and there would be a fight. And then his mother has played a very crucial role in pacifying the situation at home. But right now, Alagiri, he's just come out of a big challenge of rescuing his son from a very important granite case. So he was breathing easy, and he was in an upbeat mood, talking to reporters even a few days back. Even his son was talking about the support his father enjoys in Madurai, that just few days back. So now this could definitely be a shocking news, but there wouldn't be any kind of protest. But then on Sunday, when the district committee meeting is happening, district secretaries from Madurai and the nearby areas could kind of protest. They might create some kind of ruckus. There is a possibility of dirty duels between Stalin supporters and Alagiri supporters, because we have witnessed this shift in the past also, how ruckus has been created in these kind of meetings. And this kind of announcement is definitely crucial. But also, very practically seeing the ground situation, as I was telling, in the last 8 months or so, Stalin has been more or less been able to consolidate support even in Madurai region, even in other nearby regions, which were under Alagiri's control. So there wouldn't be a big problem. So at this point of time, definitely there will be some kind of probably a few reactions from Alagiri, but Karunanidhi definitely knows how to handle it. And that is why he's put a rider about till his last breath, he'll be in charge of the party. Well, so we should definitely not give away the control and power to Stalin. That would keep check on Stalin and also pacify Alagiri to some extent for a while.
Well, he's a shrewd politician, and he is, after all, the father of both these men that we're talking about. Alagiri may have lost out, MK Stalin may be on top, but this is still an announcement with a rider. Until my death, I will be in charge of the party. After that, MK Stalin will succeed me as chief of the party. Let's listen to what Karunanidhi said.
இந்தியாவிலே எவ்வளோ கட்சிகள் இருக்கு, எவ்வளோ தலைவர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள். இருந்தாலும் திமுகல இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு தலைவர் இருக்கிறார். காரணம், ஆட்சியிலே இருந்தாலும் இல்லாவிட்டாலும் 89 வயசிலும் மக்களை பத்தி சிந்திச்சு ஒரு நாள் 20 மணி நேரம் செயல்படுற தலைவர் ஒருத்தர் இருக்கிறார்னா அவர்தான் கலைஞர். அவரோட வேற யாரும். அதுக்கு பிறகு நம்ம தலைவர் சொல்லவே தேவையில்லை. அவர் எப்ப தூங்குறார், எப்ப படுக்கிறார்.
பல்கலைக்கழகம் அமைந்திருக்கிறதால் அது நாம் இங்கே எடுத்த முயற்சிதான் என்பதை உங்களுக்கு நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். நான் உங்கள் இடத்தைச் சேர்ந்த எங்கள் நான் பிரித்து பேசுவதில்லை, நம்முடைய இடத்தைச் சேர்ந்த காந்தி என்ற பெண்ணுக்கு மாமனார். என்னுடைய மூத்த மகன் அழகிரிக்கு மனைவியாக வைத்திருப்பவர், மனைவியாக வாய்க்க வேண்டும் என்று நான் விரும்பி செய்யப்பட்ட காரியம் தமிழ்நாட்டிலே ஒரு முதலமைச்சருடைய மகன் ஒரு தாழ்த்தப்பட்ட சமுதாயம் என்று கூறப்படுகின்ற தலித் சமுதாயத்தினுடைய பெண்ணை மணக்கிறார் என்றால் அன்றைக்கு எத்தனையோ பேர் மூக்கிலை வைத்தார்கள். ஆனால் நான் அதை செய்தே தீருவேன் என்று என்னுடைய மகளாக தாழ்த்தப்பட்ட சமுதாயத்தை, தலித் சமுதாயத்தை, நம்முடைய ஆயுத சமுதாயத்தைச் சேர்ந்த அந்த பெண்ணைத்தான் மருமகளாக இன்றைக்கு அவர்கள் என்னுடைய மனைவியை அத்தை என்று அழைக்கும் போதும், என்னுடைய மனைவி அந்த பெண்ணை தன்னுடைய மருமகளாக ஏற்றுக்கொண்டிருந்த போதும் நான் திருகின்ற மகிழ்ச்சிக்கு அளவே இல்லை. இப்படி சமுதாயத்திலே கலப்பு ஏற்பட்டு எல்லோரும் மனிதர்கள், அவர் இந்த ஜாதி, அவர் இந்த ஜாதி என்றெல்லாம் ஒவ்வொரு ஜாதியை பற்றி பேசிக் கொண்டிருந்தால்
Political analyst is with us on the phone line for a reaction to this announcement by Karunanidhi. Krishna, on expected lines, what are you making of this?
Absolutely. I think, Karunanidhi, that Stalin would succeed Karunanidhi was very well known until a brief interregnum when Alagiri actually entered the scene, that is in 2009. Until then, it was very clear that Stalin is not a newcomer. He's been into the DMK, the thick of the DMK affairs for more than 30 years. I recall the fact that, among all those people arrested and sent to jail and actually tortured inside a lockup, along with Murasoli Maran, who was a very senior leader of the DMK during the emergency, Stalin was also somebody who was tortured in the lockup in 1975-76. So Stalin is not a newcomer, or his entry into the DMK is not because he's just Karunanidhi's son, but he is also sort of emerged into the DMK as a leader. And Karunanidhi had actually indicated or shown his preference to Stalin much earlier. in the early 1990s, and that's when the DMK underwent a split, when Vaiko actually went out of the party. The indication was very clear, the signal was very clear that it is Stalin who is going to succeed Karunanidhi and not Vaiko, and it was a power struggle inside the DMK that got Stalin, or that got the split actually there. So I think it was quite on the expected lines, and what it means today is one needs to see for how Alagiri would react to this whole new development that Karunanidhi for the first time having announced. Unlike in the past, where it was Vaiko or Stalin, where Karunanidhi's preference to Stalin was so well known, today in this in the recent context, the choice was between Vaiko and Stalin and Alagiri.
Yes.
And one needs to see how Alagiri reacts to this.
How would Alagiri react to it, Krishna? What kind of support and mobilization abilities does he have within the DMK?
Well, I think Shiv, but one wishes that, Alagiri does not react the same way that he did a few years ago when a certain opinion poll in one of the Maran-controlled newspapers showed him in the 4th place, and the reaction was quite a tragedy because it resulted in the end of 3 lives.
Yes.
3 young journalistic staff were actually killed, burnt alive inside in the newspaper office. I wish actually a reaction of that kind doesn't take place now.
Well, certainly hope that that kind of reaction certainly doesn't take place. But our reporters will be trying to get a reaction from Alagiri as well as other DMK leaders about what this decision really means. Krishna, and thanks for speaking here on Headlines Today, giving us your wisdom on where this decision could actually lead. But this is, of course, Karunanidhi preparing for 2014. Also a reaction to Jayalalitha saying that she will go it on her own in 2014. MK Stalin will succeed Karunanidhi. Remember, analysts are telling us that this was a decision that was on expected lines. MK Stalin, the more active of the 2 politicians, of the 2 sons of M. Karunanidhi, and now the announcement made by Karunanidhi simply sets it in stone. It sets to rest all speculation about the war between Stalin and Alagiri. MK Stalin will lead the DMK.